Alright, what's up, yins guys? Time for another video. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to even go there and make videos about this shit, but like I'm seeing it all over the news. Yeah, anyway, I'm not going to go on and on about the basics of it. You've been seeing it all the time, right? Yeah, and that cop should fucking go to jail. All of them that had anything to do with that should go to damn jail. And then, if that's not enough, you see people destroying a city, and the protests branch out into other cities. My town, fortunately, people were smarter, and they didn't do that shit. You know, they had a small little gathering, and that was it. You know, but Jesus Christ, you got these people now. If that's not enough, right on the news, and they putting it all over social media too. An old man, they're saying he was a protester, but he didn't even look like a protester. That's what's even more appalling. He just looked like an old man just walking. You don't even know if he was a protester. The cops with like riot helmets on there push him and he cracks his skull. They damn near kill the guy. It was all over the news. And when I saw it on like the morning news and Good Morning America, right after all this, if that's not enough, I mean, the way it was done, it was almost like, it's like an old man, you know, like, they're calling it that they pushed a protester, right? But when I saw it on the news, it didn't look like a protester, which I think it actually even looks worse. It just looked like an old man just walking by. He didn't look like a protester. You know how you see all the protesters in the camera? They were all holding signs, they were doing this and that. Some of them trying to be peaceful, and I don't know about some of you guys, even if you want to do a peaceful gathering, all that shit's going on. Hey, I got a ponytail. I'd be afraid, along with you guys, I'd get blamed for all the damage and all that shit. Say you guys are a bunch of peaceful protesters and you invite me to come along, maybe because I got a ponytail, they'll round me up and round all you guys up. But anyway, the way that they did it, it looked like pushed the guy in a way, it was almost like just the way he was being pushed, it was like with a out of my way scum, pushes him right on his damn head. You know what I mean? You can see how the way he pushed him, out of my way scum, that's, if you were to put words to it, like what the guy was probably saying, you know what I mean? The way he was being pushed, like, it would be like, it'd be like, out of my way, motherfucker, out of my way scum. Right after all this protesting going on about that, that's really disgusting. But anyway, I originally was making this video too, but right after all that, if you're with me so far, I'm laughing my butt off. I mean, what that happened to that guy is not a joke. Yeah, now they're putting on like TV now that extra requirements that we all have to do now. You're like, send all this bunch of people a bunch of money and do activism regularly. I mean, sit there and bow and take a knee. We might have a Lord Marshal there. No offense against the guy that died, but come on now. They're putting an image up and they now want us to bow down and worship. So there's this news media trying to intimidate. Well, there's people on my social media that, you know, are friends for other reasons that are pulling that shit too, and they want to go along with it. But if anything else, on Instagram, I used Instagram a little bit. Dog, cat videos, a little bit of yoga videos and all that. Oh, so I'm really laughing about this too. God. We supposed to assume some kind of, evidently everybody is supposed to assume some kind of guilt because one cop murdered somebody when we're all supposed to assume guilt. These yoga people, you go on there, you subscribe to them because of their yoga and flexibility videos and all that. And now we're getting these ones now. They're holding a cardboard sign with magic marker written on there. I am the problem. No, I'm not I am the problem. That they are the problem. You know what I mean? They're holding a sign saying that they are the problem. And there's people, their friends commenting on it, right? And saying, oh, how powerful that is, how inspiring that is. And they're trying to get you and me to hold little cardboard signs, take selfies, and put them on Instagram and all over Facebook, and hold a sign up with magic marker and say, I'm supposed to get a cardboard sign of my own and big letters and go on there, you have a selfie and say, I'm the problem. And you're supposed to get a cardboard sign now go on Instagram and say you are the problem. And there's this shit I was seeing on Good Morning America now, which I quite frankly think money should go to your local charities, especially food boxes, because of this pandemic now. They're maxing everything out as far as food boxes, and it right before Christmas, right? So everybody put money in food boxes. Now you get people. Yeah, now you get people wanting to. Look at all the scams that are. Yeah, beware, people. You're going to see on the news now people calling you up. You know how they have the IRS scams that were scaring people? They're going to have, well, maybe people earnestly wants to donate money to a cause against the thing to make a difference. What you're going to have it's going to be just like all them other scams you're hearing on the news now. These people from these other countries. You're going to get texts on your phone. Somehow they go text people random. You're going to get people calling you. You're going to get people maybe on your Facebook or somewhere. You don't know who the hell they are. And they even like to disguise themselves as legitimate organizations too. But quite frankly, the way with this pandemic is, like I said too, you don't want to be a victim of a scammer. And you want to, it's better to donate to the food banks in your local town, which takes care of people because of this pandemic. They've been giving a lot of food boxes away and everything getting maxed out, and there has been a lot of generous donators for that. Keep people out of work from starving and all that shit. So I'm very cynical when a person on Good Morning America says, now you got to buy their books, which somebody's making money off a lot of books, to tell you how things are going to be and tell you that saying that you're not racist, that's not good enough. You got to be anti-racist, and they want you to go to gatherings and organizations regularly, take a knee, other words, bow regularly, and you didn't murder the guy. That some asshole cop did it, which some asshole cops could have did it to some of us. Like did videos on. I did videos before on how people call the cops on people because he said, she said, and usually because you got haters out there and busybodies that are jealous because their own people screwed up somehow, or all their stereotypical whatever other rhetoric is all a lie, and they're pissed off. And all that bullshit, but yeah, you're supposed to do that. Yeah, I'm sure I had not to laugh here. Somebody on television said, yeah, you got to give money, you got to buy somebody's books they're the experts and tell you. So being nice to your neighbors and your friends ain't good enough. You're gonna buy somebody's books, and then you got to go to these places and go to these bowing sessions now, and then they're saying that if you don't, then you're a member of Aryan Nations or some damn bullshit. Bow down and worship, and now they're putting the guy's image up all over the place, and all over the world now. It's not funny that they died, but now they're franchising it. They're using it as a make a bunch of money. Then you get a bunch of people right now that have been, because of the pandemic, indoors and they're bored as hell, And you got people like burning things and wrecking things and blowing things up and everything else, and doing all kind of crazy shit like that. Like, what the hell is this world coming to? So somebody does something, an illegal move to start with, and kills the guy. Say even if the guy had a past criminal record or who it is. Man, that's damn creepy. Like just as I told you a story where just because of he said, she said, I had a cop. Over a he said, she said, somebody called. And I'm just walking in the middle of the afternoon. I told some of you guys that story. I found that shit creepy. It's not a joke, If I lip off and say, when that happened to me, if I lip off and tell a cop right to their face that I can go to the fucking Attorney General's office, I probably could have had my ass beat. Guess what? And the media would just ignore that. Of course, I'd exercise my rights and go to the Attorney General's office and tell whatever newspapers, but of course there'd be crickets. I'd have to push it. I'd have to get the local lawyers that, the free lawyers that you can get, your local, your local free lawyers that you could get, the legal aid society, like in our area, I don't know what you call it, that there's a legal aid. We had to get them one time to fight a wrongful eviction because of, the little bug problem that we had here and there. These places always have to call the exterminator. Before me and my girlfriend ever moved here, a bunch of us, they were trying to evict some of us and blame us. So, yeah, you got your legal aid, your local legal aid. So, I'll do a video later on about how, what white people do to each other about police that's a little different. Because I don't want to add it on here. There's, make us a long-ass video. But anyway, yeah, busybodies, how they do it to each other. And that, and if anything happens with police as far as injury, it doesn't make the media. They kind of, you literally have to protect yourself retroactively to begin with if you're profiled because you have a ponytail or something. And that's, that's a long story for another whole video. I'm not going to make a long video out of it, but